Def Comedy Jam 25. It's good to see so many funny people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. Is Katt Williams gonna show up?
Nervous as hell right now.
And all shady is my enemy. I don't run from the fight. I'm not scared of consequences, because if you're scared of consequences, then that means that breeds fear, and fear means you gonna stop. And we can't ever afford to.
Like this, man. All that East Coast, West Coast stuff was a bunch of media hype. They're my dog from day one.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2020.
Katt Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed. He heavily implied, and this is again an allegation, that Lucien Grange was having some sort of a relationship with.
In Hollywood, secrets are like currency and whispers carry power. For years, people brushed off the wild stories of manipulation and control at the top of the industry. But now, the silence is cracking. Rumor has it the biggest names, the ones everyone thinks they know, are tied into hidden deals paid for with far more than just talent. And tonight, Katt Williams pulls back the velvet curtain, not asking for belief but dropping proof. The mask is off, and the industry's darkest lies are spilling out. You know that moment when someone finally says the thing everyone's been thinking? That's exactly what went down when Katt walked into the Def Comedy reunion. The room shifted. The tension was heavy. Even Dave Chappelle admitted he was nervous. Because everyone knew. Katt wasn't just there to crack jokes, he was there to tell the truth.
There were other people who had publicly alleged that this is what was going on in Hollywood, Katt Williams being one of them. Take a listen to what he said to Shannon Sharpe on his podcast, and this is before the producer had dropped his lawsuit. Take a listen.
I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Katt Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed. And I should make it clear that in this lawsuit, the reason why Universal Music Group is being sued by Lil Rod is because he alleges that it's them that is sitting at the top of this ring. So essentially, Diddy is working for somebody else, and that person that he named in his lawsuit was Lucien Grange. He heavily implied, and this is again an allegation, that Lucien Grange was having some sort of a homosexual relationship with Diddy. So he is the person that controls Diddy, that Lucien Grange was aware of these parties, that Universal Music Group was aware of these parties. Essentially, that Diddy is the thug and the gangster working on behalf of Lucien Grange. That is the takeaway that you get when you read this lawsuit. So how odd that rather than the media being unbelievably interested, as I was, completely seized by this lawsuit, as I was, rather than them asking questions about Fahim, asking questions about Lucien Grange, who's got a very interesting past, changed his name. I don't tend to trust men that change their last names, least of all 3 times, as his family has done. Rather than any of that, they started attacking me for reading the lawsuit.
This is the moment where everything clicks. Candace Owens doesn't just back up Katt's credibility, she validates what so many suspected but couldn't prove. Katt had already revealed Diddy's ties to Lucien Grange long before the Lil Rod lawsuit ever surfaced. Think about that. While everyone else dismissed him as crazy, he was actually sharing intel that would later line up with federal evidence. He wasn't making wild predictions, he was dropping documented facts from his own investigation.
30 years I've done nothing but collect information.
30 years. 3 full decades of quietly gathering evidence while the world brushed him off as just controversial. Every outburst, every rant, every so-called meltdown wasn't random at all. It was a calculated drop of information from the most extensive Hollywood intelligence operation ever run by an insider.
Tell me. I know so many things I should know, and they all know it.
This isn't bragging, it's a warning. Katt is signaling to the industry that he holds information capable of ending careers. And everyone knows exactly what he's sitting on. It's a Mexican standoff where truth itself is the ultimate weapon. Now that his credibility is clear, it's time to look at what his 30-year investigation uncovered, and it's far darker than anyone imagined. Because this isn't just about individual corruption. It's about an entire economic system built on human exploitation.
Recognize if you keep calling people a conspiracy theorist and you keep saying it's a conspiracy, that people may shy away from the topic. I don't suffer from that. I want to know what's going on, as should every single person in this country, because there should be no individual in the entire world that can beat a woman on camera and not face any charges. That is just an utter insanity. It begs the question as to what is actually going on in Hollywood. And I think the answer is that Hollywood has been being run by a gang with a very long arm, an arm that reaches all the way into the government for a very long time.
Days. Owens cuts through every illusion with surgical precision. She describes Hollywood as a gang, with Diddy as the kingpin using favors as bargaining chips. That single statement shatters the entire mythology of the entertainment industry. What we call networking is really systematic exploitation. What we call mentorship is actually coercion disguised as career advancement. And the damage goes far beyond transactions. It's about the total destruction of identity itself.
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. You know, who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, but when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it. A man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once it go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card.
Torrance. Howard exposes the most chilling truth. Men in this system don't just take part in these encounters, they lose their manhood permanently. Their identity, dignity, and sense of self are stripped away. Once that line is crossed, you're no longer a person with agency, you become property, bound by compromising evidence. The machine doesn't just corrupt, it turns people into corruption itself. Picture this. A 5'4" comedian from Philadelphia suddenly becomes one of Hollywood's highest paid stars almost overnight. No legendary club grind, no viral breakthrough, no organic rise, just instant success that makes no sense. Suspicious. It should be. Kevin Hart's meteoric climb breaks every rule of the industry unless you understand that some careers aren't built on talent at all, but on transactions. Dark, twisted transactions that scar the soul forever.
Who don't think they got something to say? The fact of the matter is what makes a great comedy special is if 100 people talk at the same time that you talking, are you saying something different than them people are saying?
No.
Because if you are, then you deserve a special. And if you don't, you're going to find out you're not special. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to let you do your special, Gerard Carmichael, but nobody's going to watch it. They're going to let you be a star, Lil Rel, but you ugly. And white people don't believe in ugly stars. They think you have to be somebody that women want to sleep with and men want to be. But because we black, they say, oh, you don't even deserve that. So you get Kevin Hart, Lil Rel, Gerard Carmichael, all in a row, Hannibal Buress, just dudes that no woman would talk to in Lenox Mall, let alone you making them movie stars. Why? Because you know ain't nobody gonna sleep with him. You only got Tiffany Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. Mm-hmm. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour to nobody. And they already ready to down Monique and up somebody who has showed them Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip, goofball?
Right.
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her? It's up to you, whatever you want to believe. I'm the introduction to Tiffany Haddish in the movie School Dance. The clip for School Dance has been seen more times than the movie has. That's just a fact.
Katt Williams gives the harshest breakdown of Kevin Hart's career. According to him, Kevin and Tiffany Haddish didn't rise to fame because of talent, they rose because they cut deals with Diddy. The allegation is blunt and brutal. They allegedly slept with him for opportunities, and Katt claims they still do. But it gets even darker. When Diddy was first arrested, Kevin Hart wasted no time stepping in to protect his benefactor's image.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like you fresh off a goddamn plane. I should
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen.
We're having a good time. Your Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
Then, new disturbing details about Diddy and Usher's inappropriate relationship deals only someone with inside access could have. But instead of stepping away, he downplayed it, joking it off as harmless wrestling over Frosted Flakes. The timing is telling. Right after Diddy's arrest, both Kevin Hart and Usher jumped into damage control, trying to spin decades of misconduct into lighthearted nostalgia. Kevin's reaction exposes just how complicit he really is. An innocent man would distance himself. A guilty one tries to rewrite the narrative, framing abuse as something playful. And every time people wondered how Kevin Hart became Hollywood royalty despite limited comedic range, the answer wasn't talented, was compromise. Systematic, intimate compromise that turned him from an unknown into the untouchable. But now comes the darkest chapter, where family becomes currency, daughters become shields, and America's so-called moral authority is revealed as one of the game's most twisted players. Steve Harvey didn't just take part in Diddy's system, he weaponized his own family to hold his spot in it. The Lori Harvey-Diddy relationship wasn't a tabloid romance. It was the most carefully calculated cover-up in entertainment history. Next.
Don't get off the wall to dress some pity ass boy who ain't got doing for himself. You done stopped your climb up on the wall so you can come down here and talk to his little punk. Don't do that, man. I stay away from it. Now, do I want to? Yes. Because I'm a human being and I'm good. I used to be a fighter and I still got hands. It's slow, but if you get up on me real slow, I can still knock your monkey ass out. I just don't have the quickness I have. You'll know how to turn my hip and shift that way, and I'll knock your short ass out.
The mask comes off completely here. When questioned about his ties to Diddy, Steve Harvey didn't deny it. Instead, he lashed out with threats of violence, saying he'd knock out Katt Williams for exposing the truth. Innocent people don't respond to allegations with aggression. Guilty people do.
Do this. It's 2019 and the internet is losing its mind. Diddy, who was then 49, and Lori Harvey, a fresh-faced 22-year-old, are spotted everywhere together. Italy, New York Soho, Malibu dinners, you name it. They're there together. Paparazzi catch them strolling like a couple, and the blogs, well, they go wild. A 27-year age gap? That alone raises eyebrows. But then reports drop that they're rocking matching outfits. Matching outfits, people. Like, who does that unless they're trying to scream, we're together? But here's the kicker. Steve Harvey, Lori's stepdad, is chilling with them in Italy while this is all going on. Why is Steve, Diddy's buddy since 2005, cool with his stepdaughter cozying up to a man twice her age? Something is not adding up, and the internet smelled it a mile away.
Diddy and Lori Harvey They're heating things up in Italy.
Notice her arm is on the back of his chair.
One thing about Lori Harvey is that her dating life is always gonna make headlines, cause that girl knows how to pick and choose her men. She has been in a lot of high profile relationships, and as a result of that, there have been a lot of weird rumors about her. And she's the type of person who usually doesn't address rumors online, so there are some wild, unchecked rumors about her that are still spreading. Lori's very long list of exes includes soccer player Memphis Depay, rapper Future, Michael B. Jordan, Trey Songz, Diddy's son Justin Combs, and then Diddy himself. All of her relationships have been pretty public, but her rumored relationship with Diddy raised a lot of eyebrows because she had dated his son only a year before. She and Diddy were slammed for being disgraceful. Lori was labeled an HOE, and it was just a mess. Was Lori Harvey passed around? Guys, fast forward to 2025. And the rumors have gotten nasty. They've been nasty for a while. But people are posting all types of claims, with some saying that Lori Harvey was passed around in Hollywood, while others whisper that she was sold to Diddy. Yes, you heard that right, sold. These are unverified. But the fact that people are even saying this shows how shady this whole thing looks. And then there's the Justin Combs angle. Rumors swirled back in 2018 that Lori was dating Diddy's son, Justin Combs, because their families were so tight. Diddy and Steve go way back, guys. So this is not a stretch, right? Like, I don't think it is. But Lori then shut it down in 2023 in an E! News interview saying, "I've heard I dated a father and son before. Absolutely not true." Okay, Lori. But then why do these rumors keep sticking? Why all the pictures and you very, very snuggled up to Diddy, wearing matching outfits? To me, this is screaming a cover-up.
For years, Katt Williams has exposed what he calls the darkest twist in this entire saga. Lori Harvey's relationship with Diddy wasn't about her at all, it was a smokescreen. According to him, Steve Harvey used his stepdaughter's reputation as a shield to cover up his own disturbing relationship with Diddy, sacrificing her image to protect his secret.
Our hidden talents really can't be discussed on national television because it involves excessive amounts of baby oil, low lights, and moaning. You gotta be a baby oil professional. Now, most people don't have a microwave in their bedroom. I've installed one because I need hot baby oil at hand. Here's a couple of low budget ways to accomplish it. Run a sink full of hot water and just lay that bottle of baby oil in there for about 15 minutes. Turn it and let it heat up like that. Here's another way to apply warm baby oil. Take a washcloth, run it under the hot water till you can't stand it no more. Then wring it out. Then saturate the washcloth with the baby oil. Then take the hot washcloth over there to the bed. Then as you need it, wring it a little bit and go to work.
So this is the new story going around.
And then there's the chilling details: Steve Harvey's strange obsession with baby oil. After Diddy's arrest and the discovery of thousands of bottles of baby oil in his properties, Steve's bizarre fixation suddenly takes on a far more disturbing meaning.
It's so funny because I'm so quiet.
Yeah.
There's been so many stories that have been made up about me. Like I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we have like this whole relationship, and I'll see the guy and I'm like, I've actually never even met him before.
No.
Like full blown stories I've heard. I've dated a father and son before.
Not true?
Absolutely not true.
Ellery, Harvey's denial ends up revealing more than she intended when she insisted the rumors about her dating both a father and son were absolutely not true. She accidentally confirmed the real twist that it wasn't her involved with Diddy at all.
Live in the world you think you do. Everybody that you think is not guilty is about to show you who they really are. I've been screaming for years. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. Why you running? We got legal evidence to drop.
Most damning revelation comes from survivor Ally Carter, who directly named Steve Harvey as one of the celebrities involved in sexual relationships with Diddy. This isn't rumor. This isn't speculation. This is first-hand testimony from someone who says they were there.
All right, one time I'm in the studio. Don't judge me either. One time I'm in the studio, and maybe I was tripping. Cause I never really quite been a weed smoker or nothing, but one time I'm smoking weed, brother, and I walk in the studio and just seen uncomfortability to my eyes. How about that? I seen uncomfortability to my eyes. You know, and my eyes are very comfortable with things that I see. And I seen uncomfortability with my eyes. And I'm not going to, I'm not laying back there and saying that everything I'm saying is just 100. You know, that's why it was so easy for me to get out of my contract, is because Round knew to let me go. You know what I'm saying? And even right now, I just say uncomfortability to my eyes. You can take that how you want it. You heard me? But uncomfortability to my eyes. What I'm not used to seeing two men do when I look at them. A powerful man at that.
Chopper from making the band just delivered the most graphic confirmation yet. He says he personally witnessed two powerful men together in ways that left him deeply disturbed. One of them was Diddy. The other, allegedly, was Steve Harvey. This progression from violent threats to family manipulation to direct witness testimony forms a pattern consistent to ignore. Steve Harvey isn't just a bystander in this web. He appears as a central figure in a system where even family members become bargaining chips to protect power. And then there's Kevin Hart. The truly terrifying part of his career isn't just the speed of his risits, the lack of foundation. Every comedy legend had to fight their way up. Richard Pryor grinding in dingy clubs. Eddie Murphy proving himself live on SNL. Dave Chappelle slowly building a cult following one set at a time. But Kevin Hart? One day invisible. The next day he's selling out arenas worldwide. No unforgettable sets. No viral breakthrough. No organic demand. Just overnight success that breaks every law of the entertainment industry. And here's the detail that flips the table on every inspiring celebrity backstory you've ever heard. Those heartwarming tales of poverty, rejection, and relentless struggle. According to Katt Williams, most of them are manufactured. Even the suffering is scripted. Even the hardships are engineered. The pain is staged to make you root for them.